Hey guys, and welcome back. Today is a really exciting video for me today because it is the first of hopefully many wedding makeup tutorials. And today's is gonna just be sort of the basic wedding makeup tutorial, and this would work for the bride, it would work for bridesmaids, mother of the brides. It's just very simple, very clean, looks natural, and isn't overly made up, but still gives yourself a little extra something on your wedding day. The reason why I really wanted to do this tutorial is because a lot of brides who are cutting costs at their wedding don't want to pay for the little extra things, and one of those extra things is a professional makeup artist. And really, if you have the right products and you know the basics on how to apply them, you can totally put them on yourself and do your own makeup on your wedding day, or have your maid of honor do it or something like that, and it'll save you a ton of money. You can get all of these products at the drugstore and you will be all set and looking gorgeous. So to start, you need to make sure that all of your makeup is removed and your face is clean. Obviously, you know, this is going to be the first makeup you put on in the day, and so hopefully your face is clean, but just to be sure, I would use something like the Neutrogena Makeup Remover Cleansing Towelettes. I'm using the Night Calming one just because it kind of removes extra redness in your skin and really leaves your skin feeling nice and soft. And I'm going to follow that up by using these simple cleansing facial wipes, which are all natural and are also really good for your skin, just to make sure that everything is fresh and feeling great to start off. Next, you're going to moisturize, and I am using the Neutrogena Oil-Free Moisture in the Sensitive Skin formula. I do have really sensitive skin, and they have a ton of different formulas for different skin types, so just making sure that your moisturizer is oil-free is going to be super important, because the last thing that you want is to have oily skin on your wedding day. The next step is to prime your face and your eyelids. I use the same primer for my face and my eyelids. You can technically get a separate eyelid primer. I don't think that's absolutely necessary. I use the same one. I use the Bare Minerals Primetime Foundation Primer. It is a little bit more high-end, but you can definitely experiment around with different primers. L'Oreal, I know, makes a great primer. It just sort of depends on your skin type and what works best for you, so do a little experimenting with that. But make sure you get it all over your face and do not, like, rub the primer in. That is a mistake a lot of people make. You need to just kind of sweep it on and then pat it in, but do not rub it in, otherwise it won't prime your face right. And as kind of a secondary primer, I use the Urban Decay All Nighter Long Lasting Makeup Setting Spray. We're going to do this again at the end of the makeup tutorial, but I do it at the beginning too, and it really helps makeup kind of adhere to your face better. So that's a little trick for everybody. So next up, finally, now that you are all primed up and ready to go, it's time to apply your foundation. And I would recommend something with a water base, something that's light and isn't going to look too heavy or cakey, but is also going to match your skin really well. So I'm going with the L'Oreal Magic Nude Liquid Powder Foundation with SPF 18, which is also really great because it's important to kind of keep your skin healthy on your wedding day and not, you know, load it up with makeup that isn't going to be good for your skin. And I am putting this foundation on my eyelids and under my eyes as well, just to get everything nice and even. Next up is a concealer that matches your skin just in case you get a breakout or something, which, you know, hopefully you don't, but you never know. You might have that one wedding day zit that shows up and you want to make sure that you can get it out. So I'm using the L'Oreal True Match Crayon Concealer just to kind of buff out some blemishes and sort of make sure that everything is all matched up. Now that your skin is all even, it's time to start filling everything in from the top to the bottom. So I'm going to start with brows. And make sure that your brows are well tweezed the day before your wedding. You don't want to be tweezing on the day of your wedding because that's going to cause some unnecessary redness that you don't want. If you want to get your brows professionally done, that's up to you. Just as you can do it yourself and get a nice shape, I would go for it yourself. To fill in my brows, I'm not using anything extremely fancy. I'm just using a eyeshadow that matches my brows. It's going to look a little crazy when I first start filling them in, but don't worry, we're going to blend it all out, and once I get everything else filled in, it will look normal, I promise. But I'm using the Revlon Customize eyeshadow, and I'm just picking a shade that is closest to my actual eyebrow color, and we're just going to fill it in with the tool that it comes with and blend everything in. I'm also going to follow it up with a EcoTools eyebrow brush. It has a little eyebrow brush and comb, and I'm just gonna sweep everything through that way. Next up, eyelids, which is the best part, and I'm going to be using the same Revlon customized eyeshadow that I used for my brows, except I'm going to use a slightly darker color in the little palette set, and I am just going to take that and sweep it right into the outer corner, and it's going to look really goofy right now, but don't worry, we're going to blend some other colors over it, but you do need kind of a nice solid base for your outer corners just to kind of put some emphasis there. In order to blend out what looks completely ridiculous right now, I'm going to take a couple shades of the L'Oreal Infallible eyeshadow. I'm going to take the first shade, which is almost a rose gold color. You can do a variety of different shades for this. Make sure it's kind of in the gold or sort of silvery gold family in a sort of medium shade, and sweep it all over your lids and then completely blend it into the crease as well over this dark brown shade that we did. And that way it's going to blend everything out and just give you a nice even shade that looks really natural when you're done. And sweeping that right along the lower lash line as well and blending that out will be good. Lastly, for shadows, you're going to take this lightest shade. It is also L'Oreal Infallible eyeshadow, and you're going to take it and use it as a highlight. You're going to highlight right under your brow, on the outer corners, and then on the inner tear duct, and that is just going to give you a perfectly balanced glow. It's going to look really good for photographs as well. It's going to make your eyes look nice and awake, and it will just look fantastic, I promise you. Lastly is just a little bit of eyeliner. I'm using the Almay Intense Eye Color eyeliner in the brown shade, and a lot of people go way overboard with their eyeliner on their wedding day, and you don't actually need all that much. I'm just sweeping a little bit right into the lash line on the outer corner of the top lid and on the outer corner of the bottom lid and my waterline, and it's just a little bit on those outer corners to just bring the emphasis out when you close off your eye, and by doing an eyeliner all the way across the top and the bottom lid, it's just going to close off your eye and make your eyes look smaller, and you want your eyes to look open and beautiful and wondrous on your wedding day. So just keeping it on those outer corners is going to be best. And lastly, for eyes, we're going to finish it off with some mascara. And I am using the Revlon Grow Luscious Mascara, which has this big fat brush and is going to make your upper eyelashes look bold and beautiful. And then I'm using the CoverGirl Lash Blast Length Mascara. I'm going over the top lashes and over the Revlon mascara with it just to kind of make sure it works through completely. And then this mascara as well is really, really good for your bottom lashes, so I'm using it to get into there. Next up is curling your lashes. I'm using a basic Revlon eyelash curler and then going back over the top lashes with the Lash Blast Length Mascara again after they've been curled, just to set the curl and make sure it looks awesome. Now that you have all of your eye products on, you can do under eye concealer, because now there's no risk of eyeshadow fallout and you aren't gonna have to redo your concealer all over again. So I'm just taking a little powder puff and sweeping away any fallout that I might have, and then I am going in and just using my under eye concealer. Make sure it's a brightening concealer. I'm using the Maybelline Dream Lumi Touch Highlighting Concealer, which I love. The brush is awesome, and it will just brighten up that under eye and bring the whole eye look together, because it doesn't really look complete unless your under eye is complete. So once that's done, it'll look perfect. Next step is blush, and I'm using the Maybelline Dream Mousse blush, which was replaced by the Dream Bouncy blush. They're basically the same product, but make sure that you're using a cream blush, because a powder blush is just going to look a little fakey fake on your wedding day, and a cream blush just looks a little bit nicer and more natural. And I am not putting on a ton, I'm just patting on a little bit right on the highest point of the apples of my cheeks. Next, I'm going over that with a bronzer, and I am using Rimmel's Natural Bronzer. I'm going over my blush with it on, the whole contour of my cheek, and then I'm also taking it and sweeping and contouring my whole face, using it to contour my jawline, kind of the temples around my forehead, my nose, my chin. You're not using a ton of it. You don't want to look like a fake mannequin, but just using a little bit and just contouring your whole face is going to make your photographs look perfect and make sure the light bounces off of all the right places. And now that your face is done, you can finally set everything with the powder. I am very partial to the Maybelline Dream Matte Powder. I think it's lovely. Not everybody wants a matte finish. I think matte finish is best, especially when you're taking photographs, so you don't have any risk of looking oily at all. But that's just me. Some people like other things, and so pick the powder that's right for you, but make sure that you set everything. You're going to want to set your under eye, give a little bit of setting over your blush and your bronzer just to kind of blend it out and make it a little more natural. And yeah, just set everything in place, make sure it lasts all day. Last up is lips, and I am not too crazy about bold lip colors on wedding days unless it's like a completely untouchable lipstick that doesn't rub off on anything, because I mean, you're gonna be kissing your husband quite a lot on your wedding day, and the last thing you need is to get lipstick all over him. So I am going with a very natural lip for this makeup look, and you want to make sure that your lips, of course, are primed and ready, and so I'm using the Burt's Bees Beeswax Lip Balm. Really hydrating, a great standby favorite. We're following that up with a lip stain, which is the Revlon Just Bitten Kissable Balm Stain, which is going to last all day, give your lips kind of a nice natural flush, especially in this color, and there's a wide variety of colors to choose from if you want to do something a little bit more bright. And then I am following that up with the Revlon Colorburst Lip Butter just in the center of my lips for a little bit of extra shimmer and shine. So that's how I put it all on, and then you're gonna finish up with the setting spray once again, and you are gonna be completely set to go and looking gorgeous on your big day. Throughout the day, just make sure that you have powder on hand and blotting paper for touch-ups. Blotting paper is going to be really important just to kind of get the oils off your face throughout the day and make sure your face stays nice and clean and clear for pictures. So that is it, guys. I really hope you liked this look. This was really fun for me to make, and I have posted on the blog some other makeup looks that are my favorites for wedding day makeup looks, so check those out for sure. I hope this is one of many makeup tutorials for weddings that I can do in the future, and so you will have to stick around to see more of those. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next week. Bye bye!